And the strange part? Most people walk right past them every single week without realizing how important they are. Today we're counting down the first 10 items from useful to essential. Let's get into it. Number 20, multi-tool. Most people think they already solved this one. They haven't. There's a huge difference between a cheap checkout counter multi-tool and a real field-ready model. Under pressure, cheap tools fail exactly when you need them most. A quality multi-tool gives you locking pliers, screwdrivers, wire cutters, blades, files, and a can opener all in one compact device. In emergencies, problems happen fast. You don't get time to search for the perfect tool. The value of a multi-tool is that it's already in your hand. Number 19, rope. Paracord is useful, but when real weight is involved, you need actual rope. Towing, anchoring, lifting, securing during storms, that's where nylon and polypropylene rope matter. Nylon absorbs shock, making it ideal for towing. Polypropylene floats and resists water, making it better for flood conditions. One thing everyone learns in real emergencies: you always need more rope than you think. Number 18, sandbags. Flooding moves faster than most people expect. By the time you see water approaching, your options are already shrinking. Sandbags redirect water flow and buy precious time. Collapsible bags store easily and can be filled with sand, dirt, or gravel when needed. The important part is planning ahead. Know exactly where the water pools around your property before the emergency starts. Number 17, electric circuit tester. This tiny tool can save your life. After flooding or during generator use, wires that look dead may still be carrying live current. A non-contact circuit tester instantly tells you whether electricity is present without touching the wire directly. In a grid-down situation where you're managing your own power systems, guessing is dangerous. Number 16, fixed blade knife. This tool shows up everywhere: food prep, cutting rope, medical use, shelter work, gear repair. A cheap knife becomes dangerous because dull blades require more force and less control. Go with a full-tang fixed blade in quality steel and maintain the edge regularly. A knife that can't cut efficiently becomes a liability. Number 15, hand saw. Storm damage creates one common problem over and over again: something large needs cutting, and the power is out. A sharp hand saw handles fallen branches, damaged wood, flooring access, and structural repairs without fuel or electricity. Unlike a hatchet, a saw gives you precision and controlled cuts. Number 14, hatchet. In cold conditions, shelter alone isn't enough. Fire becomes survival. A hatchet processes wood into usable fuel, splits kindling, drives stakes, and helps build shelter structures. A dull hatchet is dangerous because it requires more force and becomes less predictable. Keep it sharp. Number 13, heavy-duty work gloves. Preparedness isn't just about tools. Your hands are the real resource. In an extended emergency, even a simple hand injury can become a major problem when medical care is limited. Leather gloves protect against cuts, heat, and abrasion. Rubber gloves help with sanitation and contaminated materials. One pair belongs in every kit. Number 12, plastic sheeting. Emergencies rarely create one problem. They create several at once. Heavy-duty plastic sheeting can seal broken windows, damaged roofs, failed doorways, and exposed supplies in minutes. It also works as a ground moisture barrier, rain protection, and emergency shelter material. 6mm poly is the standard worth buying. Number 11, pry bar. Sometimes the issue isn't skill. It's physics. A swollen door, collapsed debris, jammed windows, or heavy material that refuses to move, a pry bar creates leverage where human strength alone isn't enough. Compact versions belong in go bags. Full-size models belong at home. And this is where the list changes. Everything so far has prepared you for immediate physical problems. But in part 2, we move into the tools that keep systems running long after the emergency begins. That's where things get serious. Let's continue. Number 10, hand tool set. When grid power is gone and battery tools are dead, a complete hand tool set becomes your primary repair system. Hammer, screwdrivers, pliers, wrench, utility knife, these tools let you reinforce doors, repair damage, build temporary shelter, and keep equipment functioning. Cheap tools fail under heavy use. Quality matters here. Number 9, fuel canisters. This is the mistake many people discover too late. They buy the stove but underestimate the fuel. A family cooking 2 or 3 meals a day during a week-long emergency burns through fuel faster than expected. Propane and butane canisters disappear from stores almost immediately once panic buying starts. Store them safely in ventilated spaces away from heat. Number 8, portable camp stove. Food is more than calories during an emergency. It affects morale. Hot meals maintain routine, comfort, and mental stability during stressful situations. Camp stoves also boil water, rehydrate food, and help maintain body temperature in cold weather. Practice using it before the emergency starts, and never operate it indoors without ventilation. Number 7, heavy-duty garbage bags. Contractor-grade garbage bags are survival tools disguised as household items. They become emergency ponchos, waterproof storage, moisture barriers, improvised water collection containers, and fast temporary weather protection. Standard kitchen bags fail under stress. Contractor bags don't. Number 6, buckets with lids. Food-grade 5-gallon buckets do far more than store food. They protect supplies from moisture and pests, collect rainwater, serve as emergency sanitation systems, transport containers, and stack efficiently for long-term storage. Label every bucket clearly before you ever need it. Number 5, solar-powered charger. This is your connection to information when the grid goes down. Emergency broadcasts, weather alerts, GPS navigation, radios, and communication all depend on power. A solar charger gives you renewable electricity without fuel. Test every cable and adapter before you rely on it. Number 4, wire cutters. This tool matters most around electrical work. Heavy wiring, fencing, and salvage operations require proper wire cutters, not a multi-tool struggling under load. Clean electrical cuts reduce fire risk when working with generators or solar systems. Insulated handles are essential protection. Number 3, paracord. Military-grade 550 paracord is one of the most versatile items you can carry. Shelter building, securing loads, hanging supplies, emergency repairs, and medical applications all rely on cordage. Inside the outer sheath are smaller internal strands useful for sewing, fishing, and detailed repairs. Keep far more than you think you'll need. Number 2, zip ties. Zip ties earn their place because of one thing: speed. They stabilize broken gear, organize cables, reinforce shelter structures, repair damaged equipment, and secure materials in seconds without tools. Keep multiple sizes in every emergency kit you own. Number 1, duct tape. Duct tape isn't just a repair tool. It's a time-buying system. It seals broken windows, patches torn tarps, reinforces damaged gear, waterproofs containers, marks locations during blackouts, and stabilizes problems long enough for a proper repair later. The real mistake people make isn't failing to own duct tape. It's only owning one roll in one location. Keep one in the vehicle, one in the go bag, one at home, and one in the workshop. And underneath this entire list is the real lesson. Preparedness isn't about fear. It's about recognizing that systems fail regularly. Power grids fail. Supply chains fail. Storm infrastructure fails. The people who stay calm during emergencies usually aren't calmer by nature. They're calm because the decisions were already made before the emergency started. Their equipment is already organized. Their tools are already within reach. That's the difference. You don't need to buy everything at once. Start with 1 or 2 items you don't already own. Learn how they work before you depend on them. Because emergencies never give advanced notice. So out of all 20 items, which one are you getting first?